You know, this game has a mod. I would never be installing that mod because it would completely change the game from what it is something completely different, and I really don't know if my heart can handle that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play Battle Side Blind Design, and it was first. Well, we got a campaign to do. First ride was on Thursday. Naturally, I was in attendance. Yeah, I know the Battle did anything. It was a society leader who, ahead of the reform research on, who presented our platform. So I was seeing a thought occurred to me. It's not a really promising reaction. The audience didn't seem very impressed with our platform. His platform was based on two major points. First point was the future, business' money problems that could result in its closing. Second point was that boys shouldn't be abandoned as a gender. Students do seem to take questions in the money troubles point. Yeah. The future? They also did her in innocent confusion. Regarding the boys' point. Let's see. In response to that arbitrary excluding one of them, there's nothing I can say much about, because nowadays it's they want equality. So starting I think next year at the time of this recording, there are go girls into Boy Scouts, which defeats the Boy Scouts in the first place. But yeah, but it doesn't bug me as much as you think it would. I don't really care, because it doesn't affect me directly. Because if I can quit, I can quit. I mean, I'm not actually important in the group at the point. But that's not what this is about. People say there is no equality. Do you know what equality is? There's tons of equality. Every all-girls school is an all-boys school somewhere. It is designed that way to improve grades. I don't know if that actually works. I haven't ever did any research on it. What were we again? Right. Everyone else, there are only two guys out in the world. Don't you suppose arbitrary exclude one of them? Besides, point seemed like common sense, but unfortunately, it didn't seem to have resonated much with the audience. Hey, people get so injured during the second term. Scott Ferris and that festival had been about. They both seemed like successes to me. Apparently, it still hadn't achieved much of a desire for reform. It's really frustrating. Why do people at the rally? I felt an overwhelming irritation, like the soles of my feet itching. At the action of the audience and Louise's son made her case. More than anything else, there was something else she needed to tell them. Her true feelings. For them to know, we had no idea how people would react when they heard it. No matter what else. Legally speaking, the case was closed, so everything hinged on Reese's son's relationship with her mother, Priority's son. It was up to Reese to decide to go or not. There's nothing any of the rest of us could say. We can kind of go close, I think. First Saturday in February. Okay. Yeah. I'll do it. I heard a sudden pounding on the door. I jumped my foot off my cushion. The Guardian? I don't think it's anything to get in trouble over lately. Yes, what is it? No, it wasn't the Guardian. Hey, son, what's wrong? Chris is very pale as if she's had an attack of anemia. Terrible news. She tried to be tightly. There was great power in her son's arms. She was trembling so hard that I was wondering if she had a fever. I patted her gently on the back. Hey, son, calm down. What's going on? Listen, I just got a phone call. Yeah? It was from the hospital. The hospital. Grandmother was creating just now. Heroin? Why? She got sick? Whenever I talk to a doctor over the phone about anything regarding someone's physical or mental state, they tell me what it is that happened or what is up with them. And my doctor friend does say pain confidentiality, but he also says that family members are exempt from that rule, unless the family member in question has said otherwise. So that they didn't tell you is not how that works. I think something's going on, and I'm not happy about it. Maybe, I don't know, but I didn't hear you. Tell me to come right away. I hear you. We'll head out right away. You would come with me? Of course I would. Strength left his son's arms suddenly. Hold on, I'll get my coat. Yeah, I coat the return and place it over her shoulders. Let's go. We're gonna drive, right? Let's go taxi to the front of the school. Carl's waiting for us to wait outside. The guardian is standing at the gate glared at us, but not said nothing to stop us. The guy in the gyro started up the car. We saw buried her face in my chest. What happened to my grandmother? She was a like mother to me. So if anyone happened to grandmother, I don't know what I would. I felt wet redness against my chest, spreading gradually. It'll be okay, I'm sure. She would be just fine. There's no basis to my words, but it was all I could say. I came through the night entrance and ran down the deserted hallway. That's when we saw 2 men standing in front of a bench near the front. Or maybe the doctors. Doctors? They didn't look like it. They were both wearing worn suits and the gaze were curiously piercing. One was older than my dad, while the other was quite young. Are you Rise-san? Yes, yes I am. And who is this? Well, this is my friend, but doctor, please, how's my grandmother? No, we aren't doctors. What? We are police detectives. Police detectives? Rise-san stared at him as if it were a foreign word. What are police doing here? Was there a crime committed? I just assumed it was an accident or an illness. After all, those were usually reasons someone would be taken to the hospital. To arrive at the hospital to find 2 police waiting for you. I saw it hard and looked at the faces in front of me. The fabric shadows was prominent. Yeah, there was. A crime? Are you saying my grandmother's caught up in a crime? This time interrupted them. The old detective looked at her with wince. The victim, Mr. Mitsuko-san, was stabbed several times in the stomach. She was discovered collapsed by a passerby. Stabbed sometimes in the... Yeah, you can guess who did that. We both were deathly silent. The shock caused the whole world to wrap around me. Warp. Not wrap. Warp. If you get back into that scene, I'm going to yell at the game again. With you write a visual novel with a scene like this, don't transition halfway through it. It's Especially if you use happy music for it. Because it just throws me off and I lose and any what's the word? I can't remember the word. Immersion. I lose all immersion when you do that. And I get detached again. Just stabbed? He sounds like trembling so hard it almost seems exaggerated. What are you talking about? We still don't know much. No cop's tone was sympathetic. There are witnesses that can speak to the victim, but she's still in intensive care. The officer explained that the chairwoman had been found at the gate of her house covered in blood. There were no witnesses, no evidence left behind, and all they could do was wait on the victim's, the chairwoman's testimony. We're waiting for her family to arrive now, if you'll excuse us. Wait, how's the other doing? They looked at her, troubled. Doctor should be by to explain soon. Doctor, excuse us, two officers up. The first is echoing in the hallway. There's a some crafts on the empty bench. I'm sure she'll be fine. I sat down beside her. Right. She put her arms on herself. Maybe it was the only way she could control her trembling. Honestly, stabbed. Just random assault? They never heard something like that going on people's time. Yeah, okay. It's a violent crime, but at all was even more rare when she got into the mountains. At the gate of her house. No one would just wander to that location to stab someone. You don't go over the mountains and wander around looking for a house to stab someone. That's just not something you do. Which means whoever went there specifically for that reason. I can't spell it any more than that without anything else. So that there you go. Take it which will. We sat in silence, watching the hands of the clock tick by. 3 hours had passed before the surgery light switched off. The archer stood up and the hospital staff walked out. We stood up on the bench. You hear family? Yes, sir. Surgeon says she'll pull through. Now, see, taking me there is appropriate. There's a rise in a rush. The doctor explained that she had been stabbed deeply with a knife, but luckily it hadn't pierced any major organs. Now, for you don't take this for your pound, she had lost a lot of blood. Her today is a peace and quiet. We'll talk to you about later, so you can leave for now. I understand. Listen. Yes? Did I say anything about what happened? Doctor shook his head. By the time she came in, she had already lost consciousness. I understand. Do you know what that transition is? That's a nice one. I want to use that. I want to use it in one video. I'll think when to use it. Maybe in Digimon, because there's a lot of cuts in that one. Just have to record it, just bits and pieces. Maybe I won't use transitions. I'll just make it seamless. I'm good at that. Here's on how the paperwork before he left the hospital. We actually was us by the time we reached the school on normal night. We'd have been in bed by now. I'm sorry I kept you up so late. What are you talking about? The guardian slipped out to meet us as we entered the grounds. You said it's late, but the headmistress would like to speak with you about the chairwoman. I understand. She didn't tell me to leave. Not Lise, Saikun, I'm sorry to call you here so late. Not at all. Even the normal headmistress just couldn't hide her exhaustion. She must have been waiting up all night since she heard the news. How's the chairwoman? Just do what it says. She'll pull through. See, I'm glad. I'm so glad. And do you have something to talk about? Yes. Headmistress put a hand to her forehead and let out a long sigh. I don't think it was random. I don't think it was random. I will not believe it until it is proven that it was random. Please contact me. Said Sharon was the victim of an assault. Is that right? It appears that way. Did as the perceiver. If it was random, could it have been a grudge? Sharon was so amiable, I couldn't imagine her having any enemies. I think he's instant under wraps. I don't wish to provoke him uneasy among the students. What do you think? What's that Mr. wasn't being or bearing Kiyosu's hands as though that made sense? Now she's like this more often. You know, what's not stoic, what's the word? More like a parent to everyone more often and being strict when she must be like a parent. She'd be a little more likable and I wouldn't say what I've said about her in a few, but I do regret and I took care of it in episode 12. If you forgot, go watch that one again and you'll get what I meant. Disclaimer, I didn't want to put in every single failure thing because he appears a lot in this game. Which I don't want to have to either. That Bishop seemed plainly relieved. Thank you, that's all I had to say. Yes, ma'am. Excuse us. Excuse us. I could barely walk straight, even though I'm not sleeping at all. She's probably too out of sorts to feel sleepy, but her body is actually exhausted. Might be able to sleep, but she'd at least get in bed for a while. Right. Well then, good night. Good night. I always just turned around when I suddenly felt Lisa's son clinging to my back. Lisa's son? Suddenly, I felt so afraid. Dad just said she would be fine. It's not about grandmother. What? Very seriously, I looked at me with her eyes shining nervously. Oh, it was so important to me, and now suddenly, I just keep thinking. What are you talking about? It's fine. You sure? You'll stay with me? Forever and ever? Of course I will. We'll always be together. Anyway, I showed her a smile. Showman hasn't passed on either. She'll be with you a long time too. That's true. She found me go. Apparently you're sure at last. Well then, good night. Right. I lay down in bed without bothering to get changed. I was exhausted both in body and mind. We spent the whole taxi ride crying. Children had been like a mother to her. That's what she said. She never visited primary school. She had probably spent a lot more time with children than with her parents. She probably feels really lonely right now. Her mother is in a dream world, and she hardly ever saw her father. Sisyphus' nests were her familial, in other words, her family, but in the end, they weren't quite like real family. Spending summer vacations there and never going home. How must it feel to be recessed on them like that from day to day? First time we spent together, she had told me, "We're not strangers anymore, are we?" We were strangers once, but we weren't anymore. It seemed so strange when I thought about it like that. I had to be this devoted from now on, forever and ever. Thinking over, I eventually fell into a light sleep. I woke up to the sound of my alarm clock. To expect, mine was a muddle. As for the dorm and dining hall was the same as ever, probably through me, she made an announcement.
校長先生からのお話があります。
If it is me, all you come to Nathan. I just like to speak with you. Headmistress was calling all students together on a Sunday. Apparently this had happened before, so everyone was a little on edge. What is this about? I got over here on Sundays because I wanted to know about it as soon as possible. That Headmistress told the others about the show's sudden illness. I see. Let them know, but change the content of what you're telling. Okay, so you let them know that something happened, and you keep it vague. That's a good way to know people what happened without telling them what happened. See, if they don't even know exactly what happened, just come up with this. He's like, someone's leaving for reasons they didn't explain. You say that they left for personal reasons, and that's the end of it. Don't worry, she's already recovering. Fishing vest for a while. It will likely be for as long as a month. This message not visited her in the hospital. It was a challenge request that we focus on school business, not on her. That is all. More than 10 minutes left, the gym explored which was making with the recess on direction. Transition didn't put her in direct contact with the students most of the time, but they were still worried. She was clearly respected. He's like, did you already know about this? Yeah. Let's say remember to get out together. What is she doing? That's what mother said. I think she's fine. You see, I'm glad to hear that. Besides, he's terribly listless ever since this morning. Yeah. He's her resign too. Right. I don't know she's on contacted me. We met up in the Rose Garden. That's true, but I think we can have a quiet conversation here. Conversation? Since you're fighting the words, Fizz is pale. She hadn't slept much last night. Wait, you're from the hospital? Yes, I will see her in 2 days, so I'm going to visit her after class. I have to bring her some necessities too. Got it. Really positive you sounds book again. Listen, I think I might have idea who's the person behind this might be. Huh? Do a profile in disbelief. Yeah, but I thought it was a random assault. See who it might be, that meant that it couldn't be a random at all. Just like covered mouth with hands, trying close to me nervously. We are on the same page then. No, I don't want to watch the house screen. Escape keys are right there. It's right next to my drink, so if my drink falls over, I hit escape by accident. I think it might be mother. Don't say anything, my eyes open wide. For a moment I couldn't even feel the chill around me. How do you know? Mother called me. She said mother disappeared from the hospital. Did the restriction on her activities, so she wanted to, she got easy enough, but
一度としてそんなことはなかったの。お母さんは自分の意思で病室にとどまっていて。
So you tried doing things before. Just stay in the hospital room for a while.
だから、そう、シャンドノイルの夜が実際初めてだったんだわ。
The first night after was the night Chan chanted Noel. And she's still missing? Son nodded. So where could she be?
それがわからないの。行くわけなんかあるはずもないのに。
I don't know. I don't think she was anywhere to go. He just signed covered her face with both hands.
私、連絡を受けてからという間も、嫌な想像ばっかり浮かぶのよ。
Since you told me about it, I've just been imagining the most awful things.
どこかで倒れているんじゃないかとか、事故にでもあったんじゃないかとか。
Might have crossed somewhere, or she might have been in some kind of an accident, or you had to tell the police. Had contacted them? Probably wouldn't be enough for something like that. At least not shook her head. Go right now. It's best to do as fast as possible. Right. Our station listened politely, filed a report, and that was the end of it. It didn't alleviate our anxiety. Just because it disappeared doesn't mean she's the one behind it, right?
それは
That's true. Yes. Let's keep up hope.
いずれにしろ、おばあ様に聞けばはっきりすることだから。
Isaiah will ask come with the full story soon. There's that too. 2 days, right? Yes. What the truth ended up being, I was seized by a sudden fear. Okay, here. Next time, let's put down semi-blind. We'll continue this current narrative and see if we can get to a resolution.